everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you how I have set up my next bullet journal. So this is the Leuchtturm1917, a 5 Master Slim. And for those of you who don't know, this journal is about twice as big as the Leuchtturm A4 bullet journal. It's been a long time since I've journaled with a big journal in general, and this is my very first time using this size of journal for bullet journaling. So we are going to hop right in, and I love this gray color, it's nice. So the first thing I've got here is a page with my name and my contact information in case this gets lost. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but better safe than sorry. And then next is the index, and I found out, so this journal has 121 pages, and with this journal being so much taller, there are a lot more lines for the index, so I was actually able to number all of them so I can write down what's on every single page if I wanted to. And then the first thing we have is this page. So one thing about this journal being so big is if you know you only need a small amount of space for something, you can just kind of stick it in wherever you want and then fill in the space around it with anything else. These items were a lot smaller, so first I have the key. So I just have various symbols, so these are for tasks and events, and then this is what it looks like once I've started something, and then once I've completed it, and then these are for notes, if I've canceled something, priorities, a question I might have, something to look up or research, and then this is for colors just for this little diagram, which I'll tell you about in a sec. And then right here I have abbreviations. I tend to use abbreviations a lot. So right now I just have the days of the week, but I will surely add more things as I go. So this little diagram is in my current bullet journal. It's basically just a diagram of all the page numbers. So I'm kind of weird. I like to physically see like what pages I've been using up. So this top line is the ones, and then the side is the tens. So hopefully that makes sense. So for example, like this bottom corner would be 210. So hopefully that makes sense. But I have a color for each category. Usually I have a color for like miscellaneous or collections, and then I'll have a different color for each month that I'll fill in. So and then these two columns are just to kind of keep track of my colors. So this side is for like the markers and highlighters, and this side is just for pen. And I mostly use it to like keep track of like what colors I've used, and like if I'm not sure what color to use next, then I can go back and see what color I haven't used in the longest amount of time. Hopefully that makes sense. It's kind of a weird thing of mine, but I just like to cycle through all my colors. So next I have my year at a glance, and I haven't filled it out yet because I'm waiting until after I film this video. And these stickers at the top of each month I actually got from this sticker book, and this is from erinconjuring.com, and my sister just gave this to me, so I thought I would use the stickers for the headers of each month. Oh, and for those of you wondering, these numbers at the side of each month, those are the week numbers. So that way, when I create my weekly spreads, I can just turn to this page and see what week it is. I don't have to look it up every time. So next on this page has a lot of stuff on it. So first we have the note to self section, which is just for, you know, phone numbers I have to call a lot, or, you know, keep in mind that this person is allergic to whatever, or just like things like that that don't really belong anywhere, but it's good to know those things. Next is my favorites column, and I use this to keep track of like any of my solid favorites throughout this journal. I'll write down like my favorite movie, favorite restaurant, favorite color, whatever I'm feeling at the moment. And it's cool to see how it changes from journal to journal. And then right here is my future log / running to-do list. And I don't really use a future log in the sense of writing down all of the events coming up. I mostly use Google Calendar to write down my events. So this is more for to-dos that are associated with a deadline, and then when that month or week comes up, I'll migrate it from this list to that spread so I can remember to do it. And then running to-do list, pretty explanatory, just write down whatever to-dos I want and then cross them off as they happen. So next is my ideal day and my fall 2017 schedule. I'll start with the schedule first. I just use this to keep track of our general schedule. So I'm an online student, so I don't have any classes on here, but I wrote down what classes my husband has and then things such as like work and church. So this is just the general structure that our week falls under during fall 2017. And then on this side, the ideal day, this changes every few months as well. But this is just, a general idea of what my day should look like. So next, we have a countdown, which I've had in my last couple of bullet journals for when my husband and I are moving. And then down here I have my last time I called, and this is just to keep track of the last time I called my family members. And then on this side, it's a bucket list for before my husband and I moved. We've lived here for 4 years, but there are still things that we haven't done. On this side, I have my YouTube subscribers tracker and my Instagram followers tracker. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I will link that down below. My handle is the.anature. And then right here I have a place for my video ideas. And then down here I have a space to write down packages that I'm waiting on or pieces of mail I know are going to be sent my way. So next, this is my borrow return tracker, and I kept this pretty small because honestly I don't borrow things that often or lend things out that often, so I didn't need a very big space for this. And then this is a section for the next time we go visit my family. Sometimes I need to remember, oh, next time I go visit them we need to go do this or whatever. And then down here I have the whole bottom half of the page dedicated to a vehicle log, just to keep track of any repairs that my husband and I have for our cars. And then on this side I have my meal plan spread, and I just moved all of these from my current bullet journal to show you kind of what it looks like. And I got this idea from Pinterest. If I can find it, I will link the original pin down below. But the basic idea of this is you have all these meal ideas, and most of these are for dinner. For example, if you want to change it out, you just pick up a sticky note and you put another one there. Ooh, we're gonna have burritos instead. You can just stick it right there, and I think it's a great way to keep track of meal planning. And then down here, I just have my weight loss goal, planning on measuring myself at the beginning of this journal and at the end, and then comparing the measurements at the end. Next is my weekly, monthly, and seasonal cleaning trackers. I have not been very good at keeping up with this in my current bullet journal, but I would like to give myself another chance because I think it's a really great tool. So up here I just have the week numbers, and then down here I have the month numbers, and then these represent each of the seasons, so fall, winter, spring, summer. And then down here I have my bill tracker, and I just have a place for the date and how much was paid. And then right here I have a little section for any donations I'll make, but I kind of messed up so I covered it up. I wrote down how many squares were on each side, so it's 58 squares tall and 43 squares wide, for those of you who are wondering. And then right here is my restaurants tracker, and I'm kind of a dork a little bit. I like graphs and charts and things like that. This is what it looks like right now. So along the bottom I had all the restaurants that we went to, and look, Taco Bell has 2 columns because we just love it that much. On the side I just have numbers, but yeah, same basic idea. So except it's turned sideways, so on this side I will have all the restaurant names, and then on this side I'll probably write the dates sideways. I think this is my last, yeah. So in the back I have not done much of anything yet, but this section will be dedicated to a pen test section. I know what kind of tools that I like using, so I don't really have a need to test out all my pens right here. But for those of you who are wondering, I use these Tombow dual brush pens, and I like it because on one side there's a brush tip, and then on the other side is like a marker tip. And that's what I use throughout my journal. And then for the black ink, I've been using this Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen in the letter S. And then I also really like the Staedtler Tri Plus fine liners. For any mistakes, I use this little whiteout tape. And so these sticky notes, I really like keeping sticky notes in the back of my journal. In my current journal, I have sticky notes in the back, and I have these little tab ones and then the ones that are a little bit bigger. But I had to take some out because I'm starting to approach the very end of my journal. But I just like keeping sticky notes in the back in case I want to jot something down and not just jot it down in my journal. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have really enjoyed setting up this bullet journal. I'm really looking forward to seeing how I like using a bigger journal versus a smaller journal. If you guys have any questions about bullet journaling, let me know in the comments. I would be happy to answer any questions. I am planning on coming out with a video that is a bullet journaling 101 video for anyone who really doesn't know what it's about or how to get started. So you can look forward to that in the future. Feel free to subscribe if you would like to see my future videos. I come out with a video every week. And if you have any video requests, let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching and stopping by. I will see you guys next time. Bye!